This is Matt from Theater and Stream, and this is a Minisode. We're right in the middle of summer movie season. Here in Minnesota, it's like 90 degrees outside. Your clothes stick to your body the second that you step out your front door. We're getting sort of those residual 4th of July fireworks still every night. And we're also 2 weeks away from probably the most consequential non-kids movie release of this summer, Deadpool and Wolverine. Just kind of wanted to stop in quick here, give my opinion going into that film. Have I seen Deadpool and Wolverine? No, I have not. Have any other people seen Deadpool and Wolverine? No, they have not. But sort of from what I understand, on the day that I filmed this, which was July 11th, about 35 minutes of the movie have been screened for critics, and they're already doing their part of being a cog in Disney's marketing machine. This minisode is not a review of the actual content of that film. Instead, what this is, it's a two-pronged argument against the very existence of Deadpool and Wolverine. I am offended, my panties are in a bunch, I have been thoroughly triggered by the very notion of this movie existing. And here's why. First, the literal digging up the grave of the Hugh Jackman version of this character. The last time that we saw Wolverine was in 2017's excellent Logan, a film in which the character was very, very much dead by the end of. Not only that, Hugh Jackman, he officially retired from playing the character after playing him for nearly 2 decades. Logan, it felt like the natural conclusion for this iteration of the character. He was literally 190 years old. He had watched most of his friends die, most of his love interests die. He had been experimented on. He had been jerked around into various timelines. And he wasn't always playing the good guy. And he kind of turned into this bitter old man. So we get sort of like one last redemption story for this beloved character that we had seen in 8 previous films. And it sort of needs to be stated at this point that the Fox X-Men universe, it's certainly not all gold. There's definitely some stinkers in there. But I have to reiterate how good specifically the movie Logan is. It's a superhero film that transcends that genre into this sort of quasi-Western road movie. It's really, really great stuff if you haven't seen it. And I guess because that movie is so successful is kind of why Deadpool and Wolverine sucks even more, because Marvel is undoing that great ending for the character. Have you noticed this trend nowadays where it's really not enough for studios to bring back legacy characters for sequels, but they also need to bring back dead characters for films and TV series that literally retroactively make those characters worse in the original movies that they were in or the original TV shows they were in. It's clear that the inclusion of Logan in Deadpool 3, it's really, really caused some stir, because on the official Marvel podcast a week ago, Kevin Feige was fed this very prepared, this very canned question of whether or not the MCU is going to respect the legacy and the gravitas of how Logan ended. And his answer was a lot of dancing around, a lot of hinting, and it all basically amounted to him all but giving away the fact that Wolverine in this new Deadpool 3 movie is not going to be the same Wolverine from the Fox series of movies. Basically, this Wolverine is going to be plucked out of the multiverse from some other point in time or some other universe altogether. And it's really just kind of an excuse that doesn't jive with me, because you're still sort of banking on and invoking the nostalgia of millions of millennials to sell the latest entry in your fading film series. I think there is one way they could have made this idea work, but it's clearly not the direction that they're going just because of the physical appearance of Hugh Jackman in this movie. But they could have plucked Wolverine out of the movie Logan like minutes or moments before he dies in that film. And then he only realizes and sort of has to reckon with that fact once he's done doing whatever mission him and Deadpool are on. And then he'll need to go back to his original universe to essentially die. And, of course, this is like a best worst case scenario option, in my opinion. I still don't want this movie to exist in any way, shape, or form. But my other problem with Deadpool and Wolverine, and I suppose this also kind of ties into sort of inherently making the character lamer by association, is just how much of an unrepentant shill Ryan Reynolds is. Like a lot of ultra-rich celebrities these days, such as The Rock or George Clooney, Ryan Reynolds, he's basically become private equity in human form that just kind of does acting on the side now. I don't even know if YouTube runs ads on our videos here on this channel, but if they do, you've probably seen him in like Mint Mobile ads, and maybe even right before this video. But if you take Ryan Reynolds' infinite capacity to promote a product, and then you combine that with the Disney marketing machine, you have the recipe for like one of the biggest things that'll sink my personal interest in a movie faster than anything else. And that's product placement and marketing tie-ins. So let's start a tally here. Here is every Deadpool and Wolverine promotional product that I could find. We have DiGiorno pizzas, Heineken beer, Aviation Gin, also co-owned by Reynolds, Coca-Cola Freestyle soda machines, Dave & Buster's claw machines, AMC Theaters claw machines, Wrexham Football Club, also co-owned by Reynolds, Old Spice deodorant, The Bachelorette TV show, Jack in the Box fast food, Casio watches, and a silence your cell phone pre-show movie ad.
Nice work, Wolverine.
I really think that this stuff only cheapens a film, especially when you like literally have your characters as themselves appearing in like slinging back cold ones. If anything, it's just a reminder of how this specific film is in no way, shape, or form a piece of art, but rather a marketing vehicle that is utilizing your favorite characters to sell you booze and $1 chimichangas. But I mean, that's pretty much it. Let me reiterate. I have not seen this movie. These are purely my thoughts going into this film 2 weeks out. Will I see Deadpool and Wolverine? Absolutely. Why? Because I want to be able to form a legitimate opinion on the actual content of the film. Will I buy a ticket for Twisters and then sneak into Deadpool so that Disney doesn't get my $10? Absolutely. Thanks for watching. Chuck and I will be back next week with a review of Longlegs. See ya.